This video is brought to you by Zarrakan Productions, an umbrella group composed of multiple shows and an archive of over 5,000 videos covering a wide variety of topics. Please go to zarrakan.com for a complete listing of video links, social media feeds, and opportunities to support our content. Thank you for your time, and may I present another Zarrakan production.
A cute little mermaid.
I'm Ariel. I'm just waiting for my princess.
Okay. Well, what's your time limit tonight? How long can you be out of the water before you're land-bound forever?
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm also part sea witch.
Okay. Well, there you go. You asked where my costume was. I'm wearing it. I'm going trick-or-treating as a wrestling announcer who is decidedly deprived of sleep. You think?
Oh, suited insomniac. I get it.
Yes. Let's take a look who we've got out here. We've got some familiar faces. We've got Camera Kitty. Always happy to see Camera Kitty. Bunny Honey in the house. And we are going to have a lot of fun here tonight. Getting us started for the Siren Rising Championship, it will be the Little Cajun Terror, Carmelita Marcel, to defend against the classically trained Horses Morrissey. She is coming off one of the greatest performances ever.
You hit me once, I hit you back.
Yes.
And speaking of, I thought I just heard her music in my head.
I think so, but it was lacking a kazoo.
Well, that's because Drew's not here. If Drew was here, he would have the kazoo. He'd have the ukulele.
Although I do see a wonderful person in a horse's costume above us, complete with bus.
High five!
Oh, the good old number 11 is back. Is the number 11 here with us tonight? Let me hear a broom, broom, broom. There it is. Good old number 11. We thought it would have been retired.
This just proves that horses is spreading.
Horses will live forever off of that one, let me tell you. Also tonight...
Oh my God, they even twerk.
What's that?
The bus was twerking, sorry.
The bus can twerk on its own. That's incredible.
Alrighty, so we have Horses versus Carmelita.
Siren Rising Championship. We also have Rina Kadoya, the Dragon Maiden of Dojima. She's going to be taking on Lali Wehanihasa here tonight. That is going to be an action-packed match.
Yes, it is. That's going to be something to look forward to. High flying versus strong style.
All right. We are going to also hear from the Harbor Shot, Betty Nirvana. She is going to be here tonight. You'll also, no, you're not going to see her in action, but you will hear from her. You never know when you may see her. We're also going to see Beth Rogers taking on the Capoeira striker, Vanessa da Silva. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about these matches in depth in just a little bit. And we'll continue on here. We want you to take a look at back wall over there. See all those t-shirts? Those are brought to you by Smart Tees. And they're coming out with new and more shirts all the time for your favorite WPWF Sirens. So pick up what's there. You could get the gold swan, not the black swan, but the gold swan. The black swan with gold wings. I got that one not quite the instant that it came out, but just a little bit later. But I have that in my collection. I've got a few others in my collection. I'm still trying to figure out who Bear Hug is supposed to represent. Do you have any idea?
I'm not really sure.
Because if you take a look at that logo, it may or may not be a familiar logo to you. Just flip over there until you see it. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You may know what I'm talking But I'm trying to figure out who that show is for. That possibly could be. It could be.
I'm really not sure. But considering what that, I'm not sure. But considering that logo looks surprisingly like a very other logo I know.
I wasn't going to assume, mind you.
It's just a fun one from what I've heard.
Okay. Well, there you have it right there. But I tell you what, it's a classic. I'm going to have to pick it up anyway, so you might want to grab one of those too. If you take a look at the wall that's right next to it, you'll see a couple of boxes on that wall. You'll see a suggestion box. You'll see, if you click on that, you'll be afforded the opportunity to make your suggestions to WPWF management, what we could do to improve the show. And right next to that is the application. If you would like to join WPWF and become one of the sirens, if you'd like to be a commentator like Coy or myself, you'd like to be a referee like Brooklyn, or you'd like to work backstage, they'll find a place for you here. It's that simple. So all you have to do is fill that out, send it in. It won't take them too long. And then who knows? You could be back here next Saturday night. How about that? It can work that quickly. We are going to have the Halloween costume contest tonight.
Yes, we are.
And you don't want to miss
and
that.
Don't forget the lovely posters that are sitting next to us here.
We've got posters. We've got T-shirts. Have any donations? Ready to get you having donation pair. Well,
yes, of course. Please come in costume.
Absolutely. And we're going to be giving out prizes for that too, aren't we?
I believe so.
Well, that's good. I mean, you'll probably win one for what you've got. Well, no, actually, I take that back because you're not eligible. You work here.
Well, actually, according to the information I have, they, for the sake of fairness, have separated it into two separate categories. Perfect. Those who work here and those who don't.
Perfect.
So whether you work here or not, don't worry. Well, it'll be a wonderful time had by all.
We don't have any Mountain Dew voltage tonight. We don't have any Mountain Dew Code Red. All we've got is ice water and coffee. So we may be struggling a little bit here tonight.
Well, sometimes you just got to have that all-natural throat lube.
There you go. And I'll tell you what, we got a main event for you tonight. It is going to be... Good grief. Actually, I can identify.
Wow.
That was a good one. We got a main event tonight.
Call Kenny Loggins because you're in the danger zone.
It is going to be Katie Carter taking on Karma Star tonight. That is your main event. That could go either way. Both of these competitors, very good, very skilled, very dangerous. And they're going to be lighting up the asylum when we get started here in about little bit longer than 15 minutes here. We want to give you the opportunity to TP in your friends, your family members, your MC buddies, your loved ones. Go to Help Island, go to Social Island, grab somebody new, grab somebody on their first day of the grid and say, hey, I'm picking you up by the collar here. You're going to see a wrestling show and you're going to like it. Get him in here, sit him down, get him descripted, take all those. Well, the noob's not going to have any HUDs, but you'll have them. Get rid of the signature HUDs, get rid of the Maitreya HUDs, the legacy HUDs, the Catwa HUDs, the Catwa HD Pro HUDs. You don't need that. Get rid of anything else, the tummy tonkers, the Mama Alpas, anything, the defense HUDs, the combat HUDs, AOs. Doesn't matter. If it's got a script in it, get rid of it. Because if you do, you'll make it that much easier for the wrestlers to do what they do, and you will get a much better show in return for it. We would like you to turn your media on so you can see the videos that pop up on this. We'd like you to turn your voice on, but please stay off the microphones. That's for Coy. That's for myself. That is for the WPWF roster, staff, and management. If you're not part of the show, we should not be hearing your voice, at least until after the show is over with. After the show is over with, you can do whatever you want to do. But during the course of the show, please leave that.
Yeah, you don't want me to start sounding like an angry siren.
Can you do that? Can you crack a whip? Can you bring the fire? I don't want to find out.
I can be very loud if I need to be.
Okay, well, hopefully I will not be on the receiving end of that. As I was saying, you want to set your wind light to ambient dark unless you are using the new Firestorm beta with EEP, Environment Enhancement Project. That's the new technology from Linden Labs that's going to replace the old wind lights. And let me tell you, if you got that beta, it's fantastic. So if you haven't seen it, get that beta, check it out. I think you really like it, especially if you do a lot of boating like I do, and you love to see those skies, and you love to see the water. It's just incredible. So while
it's really nice underwater too.
Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah. Considering that you're a mermaid here, and there are mermaids over by where I live too.
Actually, I'm a acknowledged resident of Siren Isle.
That's in the Blake Sea, correct?
Yes, it is. I have several Merce sisters there.
I didn't know that they were that far southwest. I thought they were pretty much confined to what's left of Fancy's Creek.
Oh no, there's several Merce sections. Safe Waters Foundation is a great way to find us.
Very interesting. I did not know this. I will have to check this out. Actually, once upon a time, I actually did have a parcel that was right next to Fancy's, and I would be sitting out on the back deck, and every once in a while, I would see a mermaid jump. And I know there's a lot of people back in life that kind of like to. They're not very nice to the mermaids. Put it that way. I don't know why, but we're getting.
Well, that's okay. We just ignore them and swim away.
Well, I actually had to put on my scuba gear and go down there at one time to help one of them get their orbs set up. But that's another story for another time. But it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Down playing with mermaid orbs. I see how it is.
Security orbs, not those orbs.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. As we were saying here, we are getting closer and closer to getting our show underway tonight. We're here each and every Saturday night. Also, Sunday afternoons, it's 12 o'clock noon, I believe. You want to join our brother federation, DCWF, for their show, and it's called Full Tilt. So do check that out every Sunday afternoon, 12 o'clock noon, over in Little Italy. Are they still over there in Little Italy?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so you want to check them out every Sunday afternoon, and then we'll be back here. They got a pre-preview this week. War Games, DCWF War Games. This now, Charlie, is that the usual time, or are they going an hour earlier? Same time. So there you have it, 12 o'clock noon, DCWF War Games tomorrow. And you know what War Games is? 2 rings and a lot of mayhem. So do check that out tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon.
Sounds like a fun time to me.
Yep. 12 minutes before we get started here, we'll remind you of what we're going to be bringing your way here tonight on WPWF Asylum. Our first match right out of the gate for the Siren Rising Championship. It will be your champion, the Little Cajun Terror, Carmelita Marcel, to defend against the classically trained Horses Morrissey. Now, you would want to think that Horses is going to have the experience advantage in the match. What are your thoughts on this? Who do you think? Go ahead, give us a prediction. Tell us who you think is going to win.
You know, as much as I think Horses has the talent and the training and definitely the experience, Carmelita is tenacious, to say the least. She's also very vicious. I think she can match Horses pound for pound for dirty tricks and backhanded maneuvers when push comes to shove.
Well, that's certainly possible. I am kind of leaning towards Horses in this match, just for the sheer experience alone. I mean, Horses Morrissey, what has she not seen? What has she not done in this business?
This is very true.
I mean, she was pretty much there when they flipped the switch on the whole thing. So I don't know. I think we're going to see a new champion right here tonight. I really do. Well, that's what I think. You said you're disagreeing with me, so we're on different sides of the fence on this one. Let's move on to our next contest here. It will be two of the smaller, more speedier competitors here on the WPWF Asylum roster. It will be the Dragon Maiden of Dojima, Rina Kadoya, going up against Lali Weihan Nihasa. Now, one of the competitors I know quite well. The other one I don't know so well, but the one that I do know, I absolutely know what she's capable of. And just because of that alone, I'm going with Lali on this.
Well, again, we're going to disagree. I do happen to know Rina very well, both in the ring as well as out. And she is very tenacious.
I'm not gonna ask what that means.
We wrestled before.
Okay. Okay.
As a matter of fact, a little known fact, the very first match that Rena and I were ever in as SL wrestlers, we were against each other in a tag team. My tag team partner was none other than Anarchy.
That's a good partner to have in a tag team match.
Yes, our match ended with me being literally thrown at Rena.
By Anarchy?
Yes, Anarchy picked me up because I'm tiny and threw me like a tiny missile into Rena, and then proceeded to pin the other person on Rena's team, which was at that time June Gloom.
Oh boy, what a way to get your introduction to wrestling. You wanted to be a wrestler, did you?
Yeah, that was our introduction the two of us had to wrestling. So I'm seeing Rena literally from the start of her career all the way up to her current stage now. I know she has what it takes to take on an opponent as tough as Lali. I know that she has the strength and the style that should offset Lali's style quite well. She's definitely got the strength behind her, but she's also been studying with Katie Carter and studying with Akira, and those two definitely have a lot of tricks they've taught her over the years.
Well, you'll get to see that match right here tonight on WPWF Asylum. Was it come your way? And now less than 10 minutes. Moving on down the show here, we've got more to come for you. We have got Beth Rogers going to be taking on the Capoeira striker Vanessa da Silva tonight. I tell you what, I like Vanessa's style. I like the way she fights, and it's kind of fights and dances at the same time. In fact, that's what Capoeira is. It's a very, very fluid, a very dance-like style of martial arts.
Well, yes, it is. As a matter of fact, it was designed very specifically to hide the fact that they were training to fight while being slaves. This is why Capoeira uses less of the upper body and a lot of the legs, because you were usually manacled.
And I think that's going to play well into Vanessa's hand. Beth.
It is, and let's face it, Beth is used to, well, winning, by hook or by crook through any means necessary. So,
or by J-shot.
Well, that would be the crook.
There you go. I like it. That was good.
So yes, with that in mind, I am hoping that Vanessa can pull this off, but I'm not counting Beth out because Beth is very much a wild card. You never know if J-Shot's going to show up. You never know if she herself is going to pull a dirty trick out of her hat. You just don't know. It's just too unpredictable. So this really is a toss-up, but I am leaning more towards Vanessa.
All right, and do not forget our main event tonight. It will be Katie Carter herself. You mentioned her earlier. She's going to be taking on Karma Star right here tonight. And that, I'm telling you right now, that is going to be a barn burner. Two of the very best.
Oh, definitely.
Boy, how do I pick a winner in that one? I'll tell you what, I just got to go with a hunch, and I'm going with Karma.
Well, I'm going to go with Katie. Not just because she's very skilled, obviously, but because if I don't, she'll call me traitor clown again.
Be that.
But, you never know. I mean, Karma does have those keen elf senses, so you're never really sure what might happen.
You do not want to be called traitor clown.
Well, my family's been calling me traitor clown ever since I started rooting for Ree.
And how many weeks in a row have you been misted now by her?
Twice. I think she likes me.
Well, I have not seen Ree Kurahara here tonight, so I think you might be safe.
I know, I'm a bit bummed.
Well, but then again, WPWF World Champion Chiyoko is here. And I would think that she is capable of it as well.
Yeah. Well, my princess is here, Kiko, over there in the audience. And
she's not the zebra back there, is she?
No, she's over in the stands next to Leah.
Who's the zebra? Oh, I don't know. I don't know that person, but welcome to WPWF Asylum. Look at Kat Stewart over here. She's got a quite cool costume on her. Let's check out some of these things here that we've got here in our audience, because you could all win some prizes here tonight, because we are having a Halloween costume contest. Darcy is here, and she's got a tail just like you do, only she looks to be more of a serpent than a mermaid.
Yep, she would be what one would call either a Naga or a Lamia, depending on where you're looking.
Oh, I hear the number 11. You hear it?
And looking at Ashley over there,
Ashley has got something interesting on.
She is a kitsune.
Ashley always has something interesting on.
She's a kitsune, very specifically from the group KDA, which is known in League of Legends, as well as being a K-pop band.
And, of course, do not forget Leah Duffield.
How can I forget my own sister, the White Rabbit?
And there's Charlie. There's Pirate Charlie.
Arr.
And Camera Kitty here is pretty much the usual business here. Looking above us here, we've got the balcony here. We've got Bunny Honey. We've got Soledad. Where's she been hiding? I haven't seen Soledad in a long time. I have to res Frankie here so I can see what he's got on.
Well, Frankie is being Horses Morrissey.
He's got the good old number 11. That's where it's been coming from. How about that? Wait a minute. How the hell did he get one and I didn't?
Talk to horses. I didn't get one either.
Well, the only time I see horses is when I'm sitting behind this desk and I really can't talk to her at that point in time. Nonetheless, we are getting closer and closer to getting this show underway here. Yeah, the bear gave it to him. How's it? I tell you what, you take over for just a few seconds while I swig my ice water here. How about that?
No problem. I'm also looking over at Kat. Lovely costume over there.
Oh, I'm going to have to go get a refill. We'll do that during the opening video here. I'll have time to do that.
But yes, again, since we're getting closer to time, again, a reminder to please descript as much as possible. That reminds me, here's my, here's those screaming parts I keep making sure to give you, Johnny. We don't want those getting into the wrong hands.
Definitely not.
We also would like to remind you again, please stay off voice. That is for myself, for Johnny, for the staff, for our wrestlers, and to really help, give you a better show. Afterwards, by all means, talk your little hearts out. But during the show, please stay off mic. And, of course, again, we've asked you to descript. Set your wind light, if you have it, to ambient dark. If you're using EEC, midnight is a good setting. It's very similar. And, of course, please TP in your friends, but step away from the barricades when you do so. Standing in the foyer is a good idea to do so. We really don't want to see anyone get hurt or accidentally get sent out again because staff thought that they were interfering with the match. this can unfortunately happen, and we'd like to prevent that. So please teleport your friends in, but teleport them well away from the ring.
Well, we ought to be just about ready to get this show going here tonight.
It seems that way.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and run our card one more time for you here, starting us off. A match for the Siren Rising Championship, the Little Cajun Terror, Carmelita Marcel to defend against the classically trained horses Morrissey. You're going to see the Dragon Maiden of Dojima, Rina Kadoya, going up against Lali Wehan Nihasa tonight. We have got Beth Rogers going up against the Capoeira striker Vanessa da Silva, and in our main event, going to be a really good one here. Karma and Karma Star hooking it up right here tonight at WPWF. Tell you what, I'm ready. Are you ready, Coy?
I'm incredibly ready.
If you're ready out there, make some noise and let them hear you.
Woo!
See no sign of Drew here tonight, so it looks like we're going to be doing double duty here.
Uh-huh.
Double pay.
We get paid?
Well, I get paid. I don't know about you.
Oh, that's right. We won't talk about that.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here we go. It is time for WPWF.